Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you've visited me before, then you will see that there has been a slight change with my name. I was formerly My Intentional Life UK, but yesterday I decided to update my name to Living on a Part-Time Income, because that's exactly what I'm doing. I'll still be vlogging about the usual food shopping hauls. I'll be doing cook with me's. I will be talking about my thrift finds from the charity shops, my visits to the boot sale, things I find on Vinted, how I budget. So the content is going to be pretty much the same, but I just decided to keep it a bit more real with updating it to my title, which is now Living on a Part-Time Income, which is exactly what I'm doing. So welcome back if you've visited me before, and if you haven't, my name is Sharon and it's really lovely to see you on my channel. So this week I've been shopping a couple of times, and I did film my shopping trip, which was at the beginning of the week, and then I also filmed my Marks and Spencer's shopping trip, which was on Thursday. So they will appear shortly. And I also, in the week, decided to cook a chicken curry. It's chicken, spinach and potato. Absolutely delicious. So I'm going to take you with me on my cooking that from start to finish. And yeah, this is my version of chicken curry. So I'm going to put that on first, and then hopefully you're still tuning for my Aldi shop and my Marks and Spencer shop. And I will see you after that. See you in a little while, guys. Hi guys. So I'm just preparing a chicken curry. I'm about to blitz the onion in the Ninja chopper, and I'm just heating some butter because the onions and some cumin seeds are going to go in. So the onions are cooking nicely. They're in with the cumin seeds and butter and a bit of cooking oil. I think I will add a little bit more cooking oil. And now I'm going to add the chicken, which I'll brown off, and then I will add my cherry tomatoes and some garlic. So I'm just browning off the chicken, and I've added 3 potatoes, and I'm now going to add the tomatoes and the garlic, and then I am going to add all my spices and a stock. So I've got half a can of the cherry tomatoes. I've got 3 cloves of the Marks and Spencer's organic garlic, the really massive ones, so these are really big cloves. So I'm going to blitz this. I will be adding that to the pan. So I've added the tomatoes and the garlic, and it's coming along quite nicely. And now I'm going to add my spices. So I've got here in a glass, I've got a heaped teaspoon of turmeric, I've got a teaspoon of mild curry powder, I've got a teaspoon of garam masala, a teaspoon of cumin, and a teaspoon of coriander. And then I've just added half a glass of water from the kettle that's been warmed. So I will dig out that little surplus at the bottom and give it a good stir. and I'll be back. So I've just added chicken stock. I've added a good few shakes of cayenne pepper. I don't put fresh chilies in my curries because it triggers migraines for me, and I find that cayenne pepper just gives it the kick that is fine for me. And then I've also added a touch more water and some pepper. And because I've added the stock, I'm not going to add salt just yet. I'm going to let it cook down, give it a taste, and then I normally add salt in just at a later stage. Right, so as you can see, it's coming along pretty nicely. I've added a bit more water because it will cook down, but it's got a beautiful richness to it thanks to the cherry tomatoes and also adding the potatoes. I did add half a teaspoon of sugar and I did add a little bit of salt. So basically I'm going to let this cook for about 20 minutes. I may add spinach, I'm not quite sure yet, spinach or peas, I'm still thinking about it. So I've just done all my tidying up. I'm really pleased with how the curry's looking. It's got a lovely rich colour to it and it's simmering away nicely. I'm going to put a lid on it now and I'm going to come and check on it in a little while. I've decided, I think, I'm not going to add any peas. Maybe add spinach, or I'm thinking I might make rice with peas. So yes, still to be decided. So the potatoes are softening up nicely. I've decided to add some spinach. I keep this whole baby leaf spinach in the freezer, and this is the amount that I'm going to add. So give that a stir around, and it doesn't take long for that to dissolve. So I think another 15 minutes maybe, and it will be ready. I'm not going to eat straight away. I'll put it on the side and then I will serve it with my rice. So the spinach is separated up nicely. Just before I added the spinach, I did add a little bit of honey, and I also added some more salt. So I'm very happy regarding the taste side of it, and obviously adding the spinach now, that gives it a nice pop of colour. So I'll be taking that off the hob soon because I think the potatoes are getting quite soft now. So I will join you when I plate up. Hi guys, so I've just plated up, and as you can see I've got quite a bit left and I've got some rice left. I'm on a late shift tomorrow, so dinner's all done for me for tomorrow night, and I'm sure I'll most probably get a further 1 to 2 portions still out of that as well. So very happy with that. I did a taste test, absolutely loved it. The cayenne pepper's given a nice kick, nice and garlicky. Sauce is lovely and smooth and rich. So yes, I'm going to tuck in and enjoy. Bon appetit. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I really appreciate you stopping by to watch my midweek shopping trip. So today's trip, which is Tuesday, was to Lidl's. I didn't need an awful lot. As you can see, there's only a few things here. Spent less than £10. So yep, let's get going. So first on the list, Domestos bleach. That was £1.19. Then I think I have mentioned before that I am caffeine free. So I buy Rude Boys Red Bush tea bags and they stand in at 95p. Then multi-pack of ready salted crisps. They were 85p. And then next on the list, just needed some soup for the cupboard. And I got some mushroom soup, which was 65p. I fancied some strawberries and these ones looked quite nice. So yes, they're going to be on my dessert menu later today. And these were £1.79 and you get 227 grams, which is quite a good price. Then next on the list was toilet tissue and these were 51p. And I got these light Greek yogurts. So when I went to Aldi's last week, I had got some Activia, well, Aldi's own brand of Activia strawberry yogurts, and I really enjoyed them. And I was hoping Lidl might do their own version, but the Lidl that I went into didn't. So I plumped for the next best thing for me, and I got these fat-free version. I thought they were a pretty good price at £1.09 for 4. I am finding that I do prefer the individual pots rather than getting one pot, because I have wasted yogurt in the past by buying a big pot and then not eating it all. But the little ones, yeah, they're quite good for me. I'm happy with getting those. Then next on the list was a couple of bananas, and Lidl's do them by weight rather than individually, and 2 came to 34p. And then my last item from Lidl's was whole cherry tomatoes. I really like these in curries and also as a base for pasta sauce. Really rich and really nice tomatoes. So they're 75p. So my total spent in Lidl's today was £8.12. And then I will show you my indulgent treat, which was from the pound shop. And it's these Italian biscuits. These look absolutely delicious, don't they? So they're finest Italian puff pastry with pistachio cream. So I'm most probably going to have 1 or 2 with a cup of tea later on. Yeah, £1.25 they were from my local pound shop. I was quite impressed. So thanks for stopping by. I may well be going to Marks and Spencer's at the end of this week. So if I do, I will shop that shopping haul and let you know what I get. But thanks for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye. Good morning, guys. So it's Thursday morning and I'm back with a video on my Marks and Spencer shopping trip. So myself and my mum, we do normally go to Marks and Spencer's on a Friday, but we switched it up. We've gone on a Thursday, and to be fair, it was nice and quieter than what it normally is. So I'm going to run through what I got. Unfortunately, we didn't swipe the Sparks card, so I haven't got a digital receipt with the prices. So I'm going to try and remember prices as I go along. But apologies, there might be 2 or 3 items where I just can't remember the price. So it might be approximations. So without further ado, let's start off over here. So we've got triple chocolate chunk cookies. So I do like Marks and Spencer's cookies. I've tried most of the flavours. I'm getting round to trying them all, to be fair. I've tried the Sicilian and white chocolate, which is lovely. I've tried the white chocolate chunk, that's really nice. Pistachio and almond. And I think I've tried the stem ginger. So I'm working my way through all the chocolate ones now. I was very tempted by the flapjack flavour. That looked really nice. I ummed and ahed, and then I thought, well, I want something chocolatey. So I was going to get the flapjack cookies and some chocolate, but then I thought, no, let me just get one item. So yes, combination of chocolate and biscuits. Well, yeah, I've got to go for the chocolate cookies. So these were £2.50. Next on the list, black pudding. Yeah, I think this is a Marmite item. You either like it or you don't. And I do love black pudding fried. With a fry up, goes perfectly with bacon, eggs, sausages, beans, tomatoes. But I normally have it just on toast for my lunch. Maybe with a fried egg. I'll have it with that as well. Now, I'm sure the black pudding was around the £2 mark, possibly cheaper even. But yeah, I really do enjoy black pudding. Next on the list is the trusty beef and onion short crust pastry pie. Love, love, love these pies. That was £3. And then I bought a portion of the higher welfare chicken legs. And these were £1.50. I'm pretty much sure they were £1.50. Definitely under £2. So that was quite a good price. Next on the list was baby mushrooms. I'm pretty sure they were £1.45. And then onto the Mary Piper potatoes. These were £1.80. I'm not quite sure of the weight on those. Yeah, they are 1.5 kilos. So yeah, it's not a bad price. And then next up is the sable grapes. These are my absolute favourite grapes. These were £3. And then I had to get some more butter. That was £3. I'm pretty much sure that was. Then next on the list was the sausage rolls. I can't remember how much these cost. £6. I'm pretty much sure they were less than £3. Maybe more around the £2 mark. But yeah, I thought these was ideal because I can have some for my lunch or I can have some for my dinner with some chips and beans. I thought that would make a very quick tea. So yeah, I was quite pleased to get those. And I do love Marks and Spencer sausage rolls. Then next on the list is the super fruity live yoghurt. I think that was 75p. They also do this yoghurt in different flavours. I think there was blackberry and blueberry. And then there was another flavour. It might have been strawberry and rhubarb. But yeah, I like the black cherry one. And then finally, strawberries. I'm pretty much sure these were £2.50 for the punnet. So yes, very happy with that little shop there. And some favourites such as the pie and the grapes and the sausage rolls, mixing it up with some newer items like the black pudding slices. So that's what I got in Marks and Spencer's. And a big thank you to my mum. If you've not joined me before, I normally take my mum in the car because she doesn't drive to Marks and Spencer's, and she very kindly pays for my shopping. So I'm very grateful for that. And yes, that's my Marks and Spencer's shopping for this week. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Hi again, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that cooking with me. Chicken curry is one of my favourites, especially when I cook it from scratch. I just really enjoy it, and I like the fact of I can cook enough to last me for at least 2 or 3 meals, depending on whether I'm going to eat it all the week or whether I feel I want to put some in the freezer. I definitely get 3 meals out of cooking a curry, so I think that's pretty good going. And yes, I also went to Marks and Spencer's, as you could see later on in the week, and I do enjoy going to Marks and Spencer's, I must admit. I'm very fortunate in that my mum kindly gets shopping for me when I take her shopping, so a few of the items are kind of treat items. You do pay a little bit extra in Marks and Spencer's, but you do get the quality. So I've had a really nice day out today on Sunday. Myself and my friend, we went for lunch at our local Embers Inn. Had a really nice lunch and dessert. And then we took a walk down the village high street. There was 2 or 3 charity shops open, so we popped in there. I did actually snaffle a bargain, so it's very similar to what I'm actually wearing. So this particular top is a denim shirt, and it's by H&M, and I've had it for about 3 years now, and it's perfect for this kind of weather, the in-between weather. But this one that I picked up is vintage, and it's by Jaeger. So as you can see, that's the Jaeger label in there, which is one of their vintage labels. So it was £6.25. So it's got white buttons, which is slightly different, and then it's got patch pockets at the top and patch pockets at the bottom. But what I like about this, it's a very floaty material. Sorry, I'm not really showing it off very well, but it's basically a long line shirt jacket, very fluid, very loose, ideal for summer, whereas this one in the heat of the summer would be just too thick, but this one will be just ideal for keeping the sun off my shoulders. So I thought for £6.25, very happy with that. And then I popped into Superdrug, just got a couple of things in there. I think I spent just over £3. So yeah, my total spend was less than £10. My friends kindly bought lunch today. My turn next time. That's how we generally do it when we go out for lunch. So thanks for tuning in. I really hope that you would like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments if you've scored any charity shop bargains this week, whether you've shopped in Marks and Spencer's, and I'd really be interested to know what your week's been like. But thank you for stopping by, and I will see you again on the next one. Bye guys.